Hey guys, good morning. We have a new friend joining in today. Her name is Nivedita. And this is a special episode because there are a lot of times in our life we go through a lot of challenges. Our body go through a lot of challenges. Our mind goes through a lot of challenges. And there are certain things which does not get healed because of medicines, because of external medication and all that. And there are certain things which need beyond, pharmacy or medicines or doctors. So I personally believe in some of these things, and I've taken help, in some of these therapies in my life, and that's one of the reason we have Nivedita who's joining in. Nivedita is from Bangalore. She's a psychologist, clinical psycho. I mean, sorry, hypnotherapist, and she's also into therapies, including Reiki, energy healing. She's also a tarot reader. Tarot reading is something which I personally believe. I've taken help of a friend who's a tarot reader of mine, and there are a lot of things which, as I mentioned, does not get healed by medicines, and that's when we have Nivedita. Maybe Nivedita, you can talk about why, how this journey started, why you took this particular passion of healing people, because a lot of people are like, we want to make good friends, we want to be with friends who always keep us happy. We are always liking, with humor around. But you chose, to solve problems of the people. You chose that I will get into a profession where I can go heal others, and you might have to do a lot of listening where they're talking about their problems. So over to you. You can maybe mention about your journey.
Sure, sure. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ravi, for having me over. I'm so grateful to you for, giving me this opportunity to talk about myself and my journey. It might inspire others. So that's what my vision and my passion. So I came into this field very accidentally, I would say, or maybe there was a conspiration behind me to come into this field, because it's always said that you get your into your passion either by inspiration, conspiration, or desperation. I came with, I guess, desperation into this, and now it's had become an inspiration for me. So my journey into this started almost 2 decades ago, when I was carrying my second child. I was suddenly, kind of diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. How it came, we don't know, but it came out of the blue. And to cut the long story short, throughout my gestational period, it was there for me, and it was tremendous aches and pains in the body. And doctors said that it'll go away after the child is born. However, it refused to go, and it became worse. Uh, and I was on, very heavy dose of medication, and joints were swelling up. And I thought, okay, life is over, because doctor told me that it will now turn to lupus, which is a degenerative tissue disease. And he said, you will not be even able to pick up your child. I remember crying on the doctor's table. And I went into a kind of a depression. When we go into this space, then we think that, why me, and nobody can help me. So I was in that very low phase and zone of my life till I met someone, a friend of mine. I really thank her. We were in Coimbatore at that point of time. And she said, there's one person coming here and he talks about healing, and he does some meditations, and would you like to go? I was very resistant, because initially we don't want to go. We want to be in our own zone, that becomes a comfort zone, and we like to play like a victim. But then somehow something pushed me, and I went there. And I think the moment I sat in front of that person, I really want to thank him. I know where he is. He said, you know what, Nivedita, the issue is not in your joints. The issue is here. Will you believe in me? And I said, sir, if you can take this pain away, I'll do anything, because my every joint of my body used to hurt. And then I think my journey into this started. He told me to connect to my body, to talk to my body. I used to write affirmations that I love myself. I don't know how many affirmations I wrote. I started talking to my body parts. I became more physically active. One thing which he told me, and I keep telling, that if you have to heal, you have to heal at mental, physical, emotional, spiritual levels of your being. And I think that started. And people used to tell me that how you're going to come out of it. But I said, if I'll give my best shot, because that's what I learned from my parents. Believe in it, give your 100%, and leave rest to God. And trust me, within 3 to 4 months, I could start seeing the changes in my body. The pain started going down, and the doctor started reducing my dosages. I didn't tell anything to them at that point of time because we take them as the authority. So I didn't want that negative thing to come into me.
True.
I quietly kept on doing, and trust me, by the end of the year, when I went for my test again, there was no rheumatoid arthritis. It had become negative, and it is said that once rheumatoid comes into the body, it doesn't go away. However, in my case, I was lucky, and there was God's grace and a lot of help from my family, and I was out of it. And then became my quest into this. So I certified myself. I became like, like a sponge, trying to understand what is this all about. And I learned various modalities. It was just like I was soaking, and because I knew it is possible that if you can create with your mind, you can uncreate it. And I think rest is history. I became a clinical hypnotherapist. I did regression therapy, and I think all of the various other things which you have told about Reiki and tarot, and uh, I think that became my journey, and it's my passion. And I think I'm doing in Bangalore for almost last 11 years now. And then my company was one Trikaya, which again means mind, body, spirit, healing at all the levels of your being. More than a bookish knowledge, I would say it's an experience which I went through, and I know that if you can create it, you can definitely uncreate it. However, it requires tremendous amount of positive energy, support from your family, and of course a good therapist in front of you who can always hold your hand and pull you out when you go down deep down over there. So yeah, that's the journey to to sum it up.
Cool. I basically experienced this, Nivedita. I mean, there are a lot of changes. I mean, though my Facebook profile might look very fancy, always happy, Ravi, and all that, we all have challenges. It's not that, there are people who want to showcase that you're upset to the entire world. I generally don't do that. Some of the problems, you keep it to yourself. Some of the problems get help from people like you, and then, get treated. And I personally believe that there are therapies, there are alternate therapies which can heal you. I'll give you an example. I had severe gut issue. Okay, I did not have a proper gut for almost 20 years because I was working in night shifts, and I had this corporate stress. I generally cannot take stress, to an extent. And then I literally used to throw, the food, even it was prepared by my wife or my mom. If we had, it had even a bit of spice. I mean, it was spicy. Okay, and things have changed now. I've just changed. I believed on, you would have heard about kombucha. Okay, I believed in it. I started consuming it, and it's like hardly 4 months to 6 months now. I cannot eat anything without spice. So whatever I missed for last 20 years, where I used to literally throw dishes out because they were not, cooking as per my preferences, and it has transformed me to a completely different person, where I'm able to, eat spice, and that's my requirement for every dish now. So, and there are other, incidences and events where, working on your mind, working on your body externally without taking medicines have really helped me,
Yeah.
being myself. So yeah, I mean, I'm a good example myself, and a clear believer of this. And also tarot. And there was incidents. I mean, this is for you friends too. There was instance when you don't have answers for things, and tarot helped me. One of my very close friend was like, backbite, or what do you backstabbing me. Yeah. And I didn't know, and there was a party, and somebody sent some message to an unknown person and all that. I know somebody sent it. I don't know who. And tarot actually helped me to identify this particular person. So, some of those questions which you cannot, define, or you don't have answers to, you do have to believe, rely on some of these things, which can at least narrow down to, okay, this is the person, or this might be a person who has done it. So,
I understand. I'm very lucky that I have you there. I have a believer always already over there, so I don't have to.
yeah, I completely believe in all of these aspects. Yes, but earlier I was like very skeptical.
Yeah.
But when you get to know the reasons why the person has done it, and get to know what happens up, why this happened, why this particular part of yours is, giving you problem, how do you heal it, and you start working on it, you see results, then that's when you start believing in it because you've seen results.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but
Since we
yeah,
all need a logic, right?
yeah,
And
but I
that's what
agree with
therapy is
you.
like.
We are in this comfort zone where we do not want to try new things. We don't want to explore new things, and we are always like, हाँ इसके लिए यही होता है. Generations onwards, we believe that okay, ये treatment इसका कुछ solution नहीं है. But that shouldn't be the case. We should explore if it's working on your body and on your mind. I think it's worth going ahead and doing it.
Yeah.
Cool, superb.
Thank you.
So what are you? I mean, what are your current services, and who are the clients who come to you? Your common issues which you handle for other people.
Okay, so I have wide array of people because I think you already might be knowing it that human beings are very unique.
Mhm.
Okay, it's not like a computer system that you put in one programming and that's how it. No, we are all unique. So the kind of therapy for any person also would be unique. So the kind of clients which I have, they could be from an 18-year-old to a 60-year-old. Yeah, and the issues are somewhere very common. That either the body is in pain, or I would say the mind is in pain.
The
So
second one
it's true.
is the second one is most paining.
Exactly, exactly. And sometimes the symptoms have not come to the body yet, and it's more of a mental pain. And there is a taboo that to go to a therapist is like a taboo. There's something wrong with you.
Hmm.
Tum pagal ho gaye ho and you should not go there. So, and we have been conditioned like that. That don't go. You have to be very strong. You have to be, you have to do it yourself, as you said. So, to me the clients who come are coming from, they're very open towards this ki, okay, let me try, because this is not helping me. So the issues could be like, of if I say of a mental issue, could also be that I am not able to speak confidently, and this is creating anxiety and stress, or I'm not able to gel with my teammates. And why is it happening to me, and why other people are able to do, and why I'm not able to do it? So is there something wrong with me? Do I need
Hmm.
to correct it? So it could be also your belief system, which they would like to change, because they would like to become more confident. So it could be that, or as I said, people have gone to everyone and now they think, acha, this thyroid is not healing, or this knee pain is not going, chalo, let me go and try this therapist also. So those could be those kind of people also coming. And I'm also a trainer, so I also train people in mind sciences. There are some who want to learn this for their own, for themselves, or like also like to teach others. So there are a wide array of people who come to me, and I'm thankful to God that they trust in me.
So,
That's
what are the qualities? Let's say I mean I've been thinking of getting myself. I wouldn't say certified, but practice. Some of these things, both with respect to healing and tarot reading or something which can help others as a
okay.
passion. So what are the qualities required? I mean, am I eligible, or what do you look for a student? You know, uh, before signing for this particular program.
Okay, so I will start with hypnotherapy.
Hmm.
So I'm a certified trainer from ACA, which was earlier known as California Hypnosis Institute of India. It's a national and international level. So I have also, trained students in Dubai also. So for that, you need a graduation.
Hmm.
Yeah. And if it is only for your self learning, then probably that I want to, understand how my mind works. That is first level. Until third level, it's all about why you behave like this, what about your relationships, what has happened in the childhood which is you are behaving like that. So that could be for yourself, so you could be a graduate. And if you there are 5 levels in that, and if you want to continue now as a profession, then you should have a psychology or something as a background.
Hmm.
And then there is a 1 year of mentorship. So there's a certification till you get the final certificate, and then you can start practicing it. That's ACA. And if it is Reiki or even tarot, then I normally tell people, if you have little bit knowledge of energy healing
Mm.
and you have good intuition, so it initially it always starts with yourself. Yeah. And then, like you spoke about, even tarot or even Reiki, now when there is some change which has happened in me, I believe in it, and now when I believe in it, I would like to give this to others.
True.
So that's the second step. And that's the reason I also started teaching everything, because I felt that I met someone who gave me a vision, and now I have to spread to as many people as possible who are, into this and who would like to. So I do a hand holding. If you do a, let's say, a tarot session, tarot, kind of class with me, there is a hand holding. I'll be mentoring you. I will be there with you. Once there's a relationship with Nivedita, it's a relationship for life. So I mentor you, I nurture you till you want to be on your own. So and tarot is also, like, people say it's a prediction. I don't, somehow that's not my point of view. I agreed with what you said. It's like a lighthouse. It gives you a direction,
Mm.
and at one point of time that there could be 100 possibilities in front of you. But tarot is like a matrix. It picks up the maximum probability or the possibility for you, and then you, if you believe in your tarot reader and if you believe in yourself, you pick that up, and that becomes true for you. However, it's not a prediction, it's a message which comes from space. So anybody who want to enhance themselves, or they feel that, what, it has really helped me and I would like to give it back to the society, these things are open for them. So 18 plus, so that you're a little adult enough to understand.
Understand it.
And I always believe there's no age for learning. And if you're open towards, however, but if you have some kind of a psychological issues, or you are under medication, or there is, psychotic tendencies, then I will not
Yeah, not
allow that
suggested.
to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So, Nivedita, we also have some rapid fire questions because we want to know
Sure.
you well, and our
Sure.
friends will connect with you well.
Sure. Yeah.
So, yeah, three words that describe you as a person. Keeping all this profession aside, what you do aside, yeah. Nivedita as a person, as an individual. Can you describe
As
yourself
an
in three
individual,
words? Yeah.
okay, I'm very approachable,
Mhm.
uh, I'm very dependable, and I'm very persistent.
So the third one is very important.
Exactly. Don't give up. Although sometimes I have to fight with that, and I have my tools how to do that, which I teach people. Yeah.
Okay, so we've been through pandemic, or we are in pandemic situation. So what is the most useful thing that you thought you owned during this particular situation?
Okay, so I'll come to your question. Before that, I want to tell you something.
Hmm.
The moment this pandemic started, we all went on Zoom, and I was so used to meeting people physically. So I went through a little bit of a stress that I want to see my people live, because that's how the therapy happens, right? You want to see them. And then we realized, ki, okay, this is not how it is going to be. So what we started was, I think from the very first week, we started something called Chalo Talk webinars.
Hmm.
So here we started talking about Chalo Talk hope. Chalo, let's talk empathy. Let's talk, how to connect to people. And I started giving them small, simple techniques, and it's almost 19 weeks now, and it has become like a big show, where people, it's a free webinar where people come, and they kind of understand how to deal with that kind of a. So I learned to be very, very resilient, and I had my lows. I'm not saying that I'm all the time vibrant like this, but there comes a time when, and then I immediately pull myself up, because I realized that this is a situation which is going to be there for some time. And that again comes from my learning of hypnotherapy. So when we all know that when there is a situation, either we fight with it, and then the survival, we flight, or the third is we freeze, which is a depression. So here, neither we have to fight with it, nor we have to run away from it, nor we have to freeze. It's okay to hibernate. Maybe this is a time, like, I always give an example of that bear goes into the
Hibernation.
during winters into the cave, hibernates, uses that energy, and when things are fine, I come back out again. So I learned to innovate. I learned, not, as I said, not to give up. And I always believe in there's always light at the end of the tunnel.
Mhm.
And I started doing that with others. Like when this Chalo talk, it just started as just an experiment. That's how I have learned to, come out of it. And I'm very happy now because of this, I think I connected to you and Work TV. This would not have happened. So I'm a diehard optimistic like my dog who doesn't give up. So that's what I learned. Ki, yes, situations will come, but we also have the tools to deal with it. In my own small little way, how can I be assistance to others? And in that, I also grow because it's a mutual journey.
Mutual, yeah, it's a mutual. I completely agree with you. I mean, I appreciate everybody who's like come online. This channel also started as a pandemic journey, or it's a COVID story initiative. So thanks to everybody who's like come up online through online platforms and webinars who've been teaching, engaging, giving a message, giving the assurance, creating hope that yeah, things would be better, and we'll get back in action. So yeah, really really good efforts what you're doing. Yeah, it doesn't matter how many people are joining in. Even one person joins that particular webinar, it's fruitful.
Exactly. One person can tell 10 other people, and that's how the journey is. Yeah.
Your next question. What do you think of tattoos? See, in the passion, you're in, वो मतलब थोड़ा impression जम जाता है कि you're a person who's like a witch, or the person might, there is a character that gets formed, on the services which you get. So
You
about
might
your
be wondering, I'm
personality,
only the
and
tarot reader with hair all like.
yeah, that
Sorry, go
lady
on.
with that what is that called,
That
crystal
is crystal
ball,
ball. Crystal ball. I
crystal ball,
do
and
have one behind me, but that's not a
yeah.
crystal ball. Okay. So I lost you in between. So can you repeat the question
Yeah,
again?
yeah. So, what do you believe? What do you think about tattoos and some of the taboos around this particular
Okay. So
profession?
as I'll again go a little back. I used to think that why you need a tattoo because it's always, pleasure with pain. That's how I used to think. I had judgments about people with tattoos, but then I realized that now I realize that you should not have judgment because whatever you judge, you go and do it. Because yeah. So that's why you see I have a tattoo here.
Oh my God! So you,
So it was like I always believe that everybody has their own way of enjoying themselves, and that's okay. So I don't have any judgment about tattoos at all, because you are reflecting a part of you, and how does that matter? If you're happy with it, why not? So I did one, and then I knew it doesn't pain that much. And there's a good friend of mine to whom I went and got the second one. So I have no judgment about it. I feel it's sometimes they want to express something which they are not able to express, and the tattoos which they have on their skin uh, is some expression which they are not able to speak up. So when people see them, they kind of understand that okay, there is something this person would like to express. So there's a story behind every tattoo. However, you need to go to the right person for that.
yeah. So
Yeah.
when was the last time you hanged out with your friends?
Physically,
Yeah, physically.
it's been a while. It's really been a while. So just 3 months, I think around 2.5 to 3 months back, I just connected to my friend. I just went to her house stealthily so that the police doesn't catch me with all the gloves and all the mask. And trust me that I felt so happy that day, Ravi, because I met someone physically, because I'm very, of course, all humans are. That hug and that touch. I hope nobody is listening.
Matters.
I did hug her and I did touch her. I did go with that belief that, it's okay, it doesn't matter. So it was almost around 2.5 to 3 months back. And that actually had started getting on my nerves, that I want to meet people physically. That was almost 2.5 to 3 months back. But now we are also into that responsibility, that because it's in Bangalore also, it's increasing. The pandemic is increasing, so we have to be little
Careful.
cautious about it. almost 2.5 to 3 months back. I meet like this now.
What are you something very obsessed with?
Obsessed with?
Mhm.
Okay, that's a strong word, but yeah, I love crystals.
Oh,
Crystals
wow.
are also a part of healing. If I might
Okay.
show you one here, so if you can see this, this is a rose quartz.
Okay.
Crystal therapy is also a part
I
of
heard
my,
about that. Yeah. So.
yeah. So these are beautiful beings, I would say. They come from Mother Earth, and
Hmm.
their colors are because of the minerals they have in them. And whether you believe in them or not, the moment you place them on the body or moment you hold them, they absorb stress and you feel good.
Wow.
So,
My
yeah.
younger one is very obsessed about crystals. So हम लोग जाते हैं,
Really,
to a forest around. We get these purple crystals. इसका बहुत अच्छा collection है. So let me try
please connect me
that.
to him. I have my people call my house a crystal cave because I have been collecting them for so many years, and wherever I go in the world, I will pick up a crystal and come back, and every crystal has a story to tell. And it's like a friend you have with you.
Hmm.
So,
True.
yeah, and I'm obsessed about them. I literally, wherever I go, I pick them up because, as I said, and they are coming from deep inside Mother Earth, and it's been told about them that they are like record keepers,
Hmm.
so they record the history of the earth.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
I'm obsessed about them.
Yeah. So initially, when I generally go there because my younger one loves it. Okay. So initially, I was like, "What is the value of this?" So I generally put the photograph on Google, check out what is the value of it, and then say, "यार इसका मतलब there's no market for it." Then I realized the value of time which I'm spending with him. Searching for that stone or for that particular crystal is priceless. Why am I checking for the price online? I'm not going to sell it anyway. But I'm actually not, connecting with the, priceless moment I'm having with him, searching for him. Because we used to drive 15, 20 minutes and then, go to a location where you frequently find this crystal and then,
Lovely.
collect it and get it back. Good point.
Yeah. Lovely. So I'm basically from the mountains. So I'm from Himachal.
Oh,
So
wow.
there you get those lovely Himalayan quartz and Himalayan crystals. So as a child, I used to be fascinated. I didn't know what it was till one day I realized, wow, this is a healer in itself. So yeah, I'm obsessed about them.
Super. So, yeah, next question is related to what you just said. What were you really into when you were a kid?
When I was a kid, I think my dad was a civil engineer, and he was very connected to nature.
Hmm.
So as a kid, when I have a huge influence from him, we would go to the river, we would get those driftwoods, those wood pieces, and we would chisel them up and make various shapes and growing plants, doing all kinds of stuff with the cacti he used to do. I think that those were my passions, and of course gazing that beautiful sky in the night with stars and full moon. My mom used to think I've gone cuckoo, and I used to be very fascinated by all this, the nature aspects, and also the beautiful Himalayas and the mountains which were just behind my house, and just seeing the rising and the setting of the sun. And I always wanted to go on the mountain top as a child. So these were my these were my pastimes,
कुछ
and
मस्ती नहीं
I
किया
love
कुछ
doing all
मस्ती
this.
no all
Sorry.
fascinations no masti.
I think yeah, I used to be the boss of my small team. I used to play cricket,
Oh my god.
cricket, and there is we stack those
Stones
what
and
do you call the stones, and
seven
what
stones,
came
yeah,
to it?
seven
So what?
stones I think, yeah.
Yeah, 7 stones. So those were the two things which I used to love playing. Yeah.
Super, good one. You've been into healing for a while, and there might be some clients who are like really upset. They're having sleepless nights and all that. For them, have you gone on a sleepless night where you had to wake up till 3 a.m. in the morning or 4 a.m. in the morning, do the reading, do the healing, and then go to bed? So basically, for somebody else's sleepless nights, have you lost your sleep?
So honestly, I think this is something which we learn in hypnotherapy and the courses. That see, the idea is not to make the client dependent on you. The idea is to empower the person. So you should not now become another pill without which he or she cannot go to sleep. Yeah. Initially, yes, when I actually came, it really used to stress me out, to be very honest with you, that I used to feel, how can I now take this person out of this? And I did used to have more than the sleepless night. I used to start feeling very heavy in the body. And it was more of a, because I would keep on, thinking about it. What can I do to take this person out? What can I do? So it used to give me a lot of stress, and there were 1 or 2 sleepless nights, and I would allow my clients to call me at any time in the night.
Hmm.
It used to happen till 12 or till 1 in the. Then I realized, no, I need to draw my own boundaries, and then they are becoming completely dependent on me, and it doesn't have to be a codependent relationship. It has to be a symbiotic relationship, which I say, and not a parasitic relationship again. Initially, yes, but now, no. So I know that because I give them the tools to deal with it. I know that it's fine, and I'm not a cardiologist. Yeah, if somebody is having a heart attack, I cannot save the person. So then they'll have to go to a cardiologist and not to a therapist. So they can, it's okay. Till morning, they'll be fine. And in fact, that gives them the ability to feel that power in themselves and courage, that yes, it can be dealt with. So I will give them some tool in the night, definitely, that you work it out, and morning we will. So not anymore. But yes, initially.
Okay, so last question. So once the pandemic is over, Ravi is flying down to Bangalore. So, and where would you take Ravi for a coffee?
Oh wow. First I would bring Ravi to my house and show him my house because I have to connect him to all the crystals. I love like showing off, I would say, like a child, all my crystal collection, all the collection of my tarot cards, and I also make very good coffee, Ravi.
Wow.
So
तो बाहर जाने की जरूरत नहीं
I जरूरत नहीं हमको बाहर ले जाने की. I've got a good nice backyard because my eldest son, he loves filter coffee. He says instant coffee is fake. So I would like to have you at my place only, and we can have a good coffee in the backyard.
Super. Looking forward. With all this experience, Nivedita, what would you do if you become the chief minister? What are the areas you would focus on?
That's a nice question. I would definitely feel very empowered. So you want me to tell about one thing? One thing if
No,
I'm the
you
chief
can
minister?
talk about multiple things, but yeah, you'll have 1 minute to cover.
Okay, okay. See, the priority would be mental health.
Hmm.
That I would like to make it very accessible to people. Not that it is not, and to, in fact, give awareness talks on it. That it's okay to feel upset. It's okay to feel angry. It's okay to feel stressed out. We have to. It's normal. All we have to do is reach out for help. So maybe I would open lot of free mental health places, hospitals, and therapists available for people, and maybe also a free online help, that please reach out. That would be one thing which would I would like to do. And the second thing would be sending a message to ladies that sometimes life starts after 40 and it's absolutely fine, and just believe in yourself. The third thing is open shelters for dogs.
Superb.
and,
I
and,
love
and
the
give them
second
free
one.
food.
I love the second one. I think we are having a lot of messages on that. So good one. Yeah, life starts after 40. You can do
Yeah.
many things.
Absolutely. You should not think कि अब खत्म हो गया. In fact, life starts and now you're so free. And yeah, you can do whatever you would like to do.
Superb. Thanks a lot, Nivedita. Thanks for joining in. It's so nice to connect with you, and I really love the way your thought process goes. You know, the way you're thinking. I love the way you said that people should not be dependent on you. It should not be another pill where they get addicted and they completely depend on you and forget about their own energies which they have within. So that's the actual healing process. So I'm sure this experience of 2 decades have taught you a lot. Being a mom taught you a lot. Being an entrepreneur taught you a lot. And with all these healing experiences, each healing experience is important, and has a learning curve to it. So thank you for doing this for the people, because there are very few of you who are doing this. I would say alternate medicine to pills. or chemicals around there, and healing people and being there. And thanks for doing these webinars where you are passing on. You're basically giving them a shoulder where they can rely on. You're giving them information where to find the shoulder. So
Thank you so much. There's one thing I want to add before we close it, that we are not taking anything away from allopathy. If required, as I said, it is required. So this can in fact enhance that part also. So you can take allopathy also, and you can do alternative also. So it can go hand in hand. It's not that once you do this, you don't need to do that. So with all due respect to our doctors, if they were not there, a lot of things would not have been
yeah,
possible. However, both of them go hand in hand.
true. Yeah, that disclaimer is also required. So, but yeah, so nice having you here. So, friends, do connect with Nivedita. She is also doing some webinars, which creates hope, which creates positivity, creates the humility in you. So, do follow her, and the show is all about having inspiring people, around you. So, make friends who have passion around with them, because not worth having fake friends, who do not have proper profile picture and stuff like that. So connect with people who have like good stories, and because that will also motivate you to get to the next level. So thank you. Have a great day. Thank
Thank you,
you.
Ravi. Thank you.
Thanks for taking time out. It was lovely speaking to you.
My pleasure, always my pleasure. Thank you. I really thank all of you. Thank you so much.